Okay, Ty, so we are live now. Feel free to make me the co-host, so I'll be here to monitor the class.
Okay. You're a co-host now.
Thank you.
Hi, Madhu. Welcome.
Hi, good morning.
Some more joining us now. Popping in quickly now. Let's see. Hi, Robert and Twee and Judy. Hi, Mina, Lori, Dania, Betty, Ken. Ken's our TA, by the way. Hi, Robert. I think I already. Hi, Josefina.
Hi, Ty.
Jeannie. Hi, Michelle. Sandy. Booney. So many names I recognize and a few that are new to me. Hi, Salwa. A lot of you are repeaters here. I recognize you. Hi, Donna. Oh, big crowd today. How nice. Okay, I'm going to bring up the slides and we'll get through the housekeeping and get busy with our Shibashi today. So my name is Ty. Welcome to Tai Chi Shibashi, a movement practice that's just for your health. Even though it's enjoyable, it's really suited to make us healthier. 18 moves designed as a therapeutic means to better health. I live in Florida in the U.S. near Orlando, Florida. I have an education in biology and psychology and computer science. I had a long career at various government agencies and medical centers until I went into consulting. And then I traveled around to hospitals around North America and some in the UK and trained them on better usage of their data and their computer system. Got a taste for teaching and I liked it. So when I was getting near retirement, I decided to get certified to teach yoga, Tai Chi, and Qigong. I was practicing them already, but I thought, in my retirement, I'm going to enjoy teaching them. And that's exactly what I'm doing now that I'm retired. And today, I'm here to guide you through the Tai Chi Shibashi exercises, our movements, and we're both going to get a little healthier because of it. We're on Get Setup, getsetup.io. They bring us together so that we can take our past experiences and knowledge we've accumulated and share it with each other. Now, for this sort of practice today, ideally, I can see you. So if you're comfortable, please turn your monitor on, your camera on, so that I can see how you're doing. It helps me decide how to guide you. If you don't want to turn it on, I still welcome you. I'm just so glad you're here regardless. Maybe in the future, you'll get comfortable and turn the camera on. The class is being recorded. Ken, our TA, is recording it. And after the class, all you have to do is email help, HELP, at getsetup.io, and they'll set you up with a copy of the recording. Now, if you didn't make it in today because the class did fill up, which is a good thing, but it's a bad thing too if other people want to get in. But luckily, we have live stream. So if you're in via live stream, I am so glad you made the effort to join us anyway. Welcome. And maybe you can look for future classes and book one of them and come into the class with the rest of us. That is the best way to participate. Now, there's no marketing on Get Set Up. Get Set Up is not paid to promote any specific products. Important slide. Pay attention. Please check with your doctor. I am assuming, I have an expectation on you that you've checked with your doctor. Actually, you should always do that before any new movement or exercise program, especially if you have any health conditions or you're taking any medications, because your doctor needs to advise you on how far to go in movements or exercises. We all might have a few restrictions, and the doctor will inform us of what to do and not to do to make sure that we're doing it safely. Second, after you listen to your doctor, listen to yourself, listen to your body. If your body is telling you you're overdoing it, slow down or stop. If you feel lightheaded, stop and sit down. If you feel pain, stop and sit down. You have to set your limits. And then third, you can listen to me. I'm going to guide you through these movements. They are rather gentle, but still we can have a day where maybe we do too much. So please honor your doctor, your own body, what you know you should and shouldn't do, and then you can pay attention to me for guidance on what we're doing. Tai Chi Shibashi, what an odd word. I guess it's odd unless you speak that particular Chinese language where Shibashi means 18. It's a gentle, mindful, therapeutic movement sequence of 18 easy to do exercises. We do them slowly together. You just follow me. It's gentle, and we just deliberately move in a certain way. And we coordinate that movement with deep breathing. That's very important, to stay breathing during the whole sequence. Don't hold your breath, but find patterns that serve you. Each movement might need a little bit different pattern. So explore and find what breathing pattern serves you in that particular movement. You can practice Shibashi standing or seated. There's so little movement of the feet that doing a seated practice of Shibashi is not a problem at all. It's suitable for people of all ages for one reason, because you can do it seated. You can do it in a hospital bed. You can do it anytime, any place, because it's gentle movement and you honor your limits. Modifications you might consider are fewer repetitions, or maybe a little bit of a movement adjustment where you don't move as far. So honor your limits and keep those modifications in sight of what supports you. If I see you struggling with one of them, I will speak up and suggest something. I won't call you by name, but I will suggest something to help you with that movement. We have a lot of benefits from Tai Chi Shibashi. Most of them are the same as with any Tai Chi. This gentle movement boosts the immune system, increases our oxygen intake, strengthens us, strengthens our bones, our muscles, our tendons, our ligaments, and overall improves our balance and flexibility. We start getting better reaction times. We calm down. Now, with that calming down, you get more stress relief. You get a lower blood pressure, maybe slow down that blood pulse. And we start cleansing toxins from the body. All of these are good things, and they all come with gentle movement and a calmer mind. Simple, quick history of Shibashi. Tai Chi is thousands of years old. Shibashi, not so old. There was a professor in China who decided he was going to take the slow, even movements of Qigong, which is a therapeutic practice that Tai Chi's built on, and take the, I'm sorry, I said that backwards, take the strength of Qigong with the continuous breathing, the meditative effort, and mix it with the Tai Chi slow and even movements. And he wanted to produce a new form that promotes specific health benefits. To be truthful, Tai Chi and Qigong also do that. But I think this particular selection he made is optimum because it's so easy to do and it's fun to do. Over 10 million people around the world practice these movements. That right there says something about the success. Basic principles: the whole body moves together slowly, continuously, and harmoniously. The head, the eyes gently follow the hands' movements. Typically, your back and your head will move together, following the hands. The inhale is through the nose. The exhale is through the mouth, but that's not a firm rule. If you need to breathe completely through your nose or fully through your mouth, do so. These are just practical principles that are recommended. But do keep the breathing soft. No matter how you breathe, keep it soft, keep it continuous, make it a natural breath for you. Don't force it. But do be aware the breathing gives you the rhythm of the movement, and then you allow the physical movements to follow it. As in any Tai Chi, the movements follow the breath. But the only rule you do want to really follow regarding the breath is don't hold it. Not in this practice. Now, practice with a happy state of mind. Either a smile or at least smile with your eyes. Have a good mood. Have a positive mood about what we're doing. Look forward to it. Look into it as something enjoyable. And see if you can smile with those eyes. So let's get started with our Shibashi. Now, come standing. I'm going to be standing, so come join me, or can do it seated, or then the option of standing with a chair handy for additional support. I have a wall near me, so I tend to use that instead of a chair. If I lose my balance momentarily, I just touch the wall to make sure I don't lose the balance. So do this whatever way serves you. If you want to do part of it standing, part of it seated, perfect. I will recommend that if you need to do less in each exercise so that you can do all 18, please do that. It's more important to do all 18 a little bit than to burn out on the first few and not finish the sequence. So do your best to make it 18. Don't stress yourself to do that, but slow down and back off during any of them you need to give yourself a little more breath, a little more energy toward the end. Hopefully you've got some loose fitting, comfortable clothes and shoes. Shoes shouldn't be loose fitting, and have water available and take it as often as you need it in class. Okay, I'm going to stop the share and make some technical adjustments. I'm going to get you some music. So it's starting off soft, but can you hear me okay above the music? Oh, I see at least one thumbs up. Cool. Thank you. Great. Because I want you to hear some music. It just has to be soft. I'm going to spotlight myself so that you can see me clearly. One last thing, change to the other camera. Okay. So either sit up straight or come standing with me. Separate your feet a little bit wider than hip. Hands on the hips and just gently turn your head left and right. We're going to do a few warm-ups. Breathe. Look up, look down. Bring an ear to a shoulder and then allow the head to droop down and come up to the other shoulder. Gently, don't hurt your neck. You just want to move a little bit and warm up that neck so it's ready to go. Now, bring the hands forward and just flip those wrists. And bounce in your knees a little bit, just slightly. Don't bounce too much because you'll wear out the knee.
You've got some saying the music's too loud.
The music is too loud?
For some, yes.
Keep going with the wrist. Flip the wrist in and out to the side, if you know what I mean. If not, keep with those. Okay, softer music it is. Now, take the wrist and flip them forward. Palms are facing down, flip them forward. Thank you for that update, by the way, about the sound of the music, or the volume. Rotate the arms. Again, if you can bounce softly in the knees, just softly though, and then back the other way. Don't do so much bouncing that you wear the knees out. Bring those elbows and push them back. Now, bounce balls against the floor. It's like you're bouncing a ball. Push those. You got two balls, one in each hand, like two tennis balls, pushing them against the floor. Push them against the floor, but hands out. Yeah. Can you really actually bounce to it once like this? That would take a little bit of coordination. Pretend you're doing it perfectly. Now, hands up and down, up and down, up and down. Whoop, I hit the fan. Up and down, Now, pat, and then kind of circle. So you're twisting the spine a little bit. Don't go any further than you should. This is where you can modify it to not go as far. Back to the center and pat. Ooh, sun went under a cloud and I lost some of my lighting. Now, 1 foot forward, arms out, and twist the wrist like you're screwing in a light bulb. There's the sun coming back. Let's do it the other foot. Bring the other foot forward and twist. Now, elbow pat, bring up the other knee. Pat, pat. Now, you can just lift the foot if you like. You don't have, lift the heel. You don't really have to raise the foot off the floor unless you want to. Now, the same thing, but bring the foot forward and tap the heel. Let me see if I can get some more light. Keep going. There we go. Can you clap your hands while you do this? Now bring one toe behind, bring the other one behind. That's it. Step behind the foot, swing the arms. Now I'm getting so much sun, I think I'm just gonna blend into the wall behind me. Both arms up. Swing it up, keep that toe going. Don't lose your balance. Back edge. Both hands up, and you're just bouncing as the hands come down. That's it. Raise them up to center. Inhale and exhale. Let's do some marching. Now, marching can be just raising the heel, or you can lift the knees. You can really lift the knees. What are you up for? Judge it based on what you know your limits are. Now stop, pause, come back to your standing position. We're going to relax for just a minute before we start the Shibashi 18, because we want to give a chance for the blood pressure to slow down. Get that pulse a little slower, so breathe naturally. Relax into your body, soften the knees. We're warmed up, but we don't want the blood pressure going in. Raise the arms, bring them down. Soften the knees as they come down. If you have any knee trouble, ignore everything I say about softening the knees. Inhale, exhale. I'm going to turn sideways. Inhale. Like your hands are just flowing with an ocean wave. This is the number one form, just called raising arms, but I also call it playing with a wave. Every exhale is a chance to relax a little. Every inhale brings in new energy. Now let's extend the inhale up, open, exhale, and down. If that's too long of a breath, then inhale up, exhale out, inhale in, and exhale down. This is called opening the chest. Find your breath and allow that to lead the movement. Soft shoulders, soft elbows, soft wrists, soft fingers, soft knees. If you haven't got it yet, you should be soft, right? That's the direction there. Soften the body. It's those shoulders you have to really watch. They're the ones that just tense up on all of us. So bring one arm straight out with the palm up. Wow, you can't see me against that wall. The other arm comes up overhead and points to it, and you lean into that hip. And then you go the other way. Painting a rainbow. You can turn your head and point and look at the hand if you like. That's optional, only if you have a really strong neck. Find a breath. I like to inhale one direction, exhale the other. That works for me. I really like this one, painting a rainbow. But I probably said that about every one of these forms at some time. Now bring the arms down, separate at the wrist, raise up the center. We're about to take you in a different direction, then out. Separating the clouds. Lift up, separate those clouds, and bring those hands down. Remember, Tai Chi should always be done as though you're in a nice dense fog. So maybe you actually feel those clouds as you're separating. Now, bring the hands forward as though you're holding a ball. I need a dark wall. The upper hand comes back behind you and you twist a little. You can look at that hand if you like, and it comes over and swoops back in. When it meets the other hand, you rotate the hands, take the upper hand, and then it goes back. You don't have to twist big into this. You don't have to follow the hand with your eyes, but it is an option. Inhale, exhale. That's my breath. You find yours. You're welcome to use my breath. Let's row a boat. The arms go big. This is a big rotate at the shoulders and then down. I'm standing a little taller as I lift and inhale. And I'm relaxing as I bring the hands down. Row a boat. Now take one hand and cross the body, twist into it, and lift the hand. Turn the palm down and bring it down. Lift the other hand. Palm turns down and you bring it down. You're lifting the ball, bouncing the ball. You can rise off the opposite ankle if you like. That's an option. You're well balanced while you do it. Now we're going to take both hands like you're holding a big basketball, and you're going to twist and come up. Only twist as far as you're comfortable. You're gazing at the moon, and then you're bringing it back down. You can come up on the alternate ankle if you like, or the heels. Or you can just shift in the knees. You can just rise in the knees and keep both feet flat. That might be a little safer. Don't twist too far. What you're going to find is as you do this, you're going to start going a little further, but give it time. You're going to push the palm away. So there's something there the palm's against, like an energy wall, and you're pushing. When the hand comes back, bring it to a fist at the waist, and then push the other one. Give it a little wave there. Let me do it on the other side so you can see it. The hand goes out, and then you just kind of wave it. This one is simply called turn waist and push palm. Doesn't have a pretty name. I like the ones that have names with animals where it's actually been taken from an animal or an animal movement. Push. I exhale as I push, inhale as I come back. Now, take one hand higher than the other. One's going to be basically at chest, one's going to be basically at belly. The upper one goes a little further out, and you turn in that direction of that hand. Then you switch the hands. One goes high and out, and then you rotate the other way. This is called cloud hands. This reverse, whichever hand is on top, turn in that direction. Keeping the feet flat on the floor for this one. Don't lift anything, just a simple twist, and don't twist too far. Now, separate the feet a little bit. Bring the hands down, cross at the wrist, and scoop. You're scooping from the sea. I'm sorry, step forward. You want to do this so that you lean into one foot. That's it. You bend that forward knee. Let me do that from the side so you see what I'm doing. I'm using my left foot. You can be on your right because we're going to reverse. Never let the head go below the heart. That's it. Lift, rise. Keep the head rather high. You don't want to get lightheaded by taking the head too low. Now let's switch and go to the other foot. For me, that's going to the right one. The front knee bends a little as you go into it, straightens as you lift. That's it. Let's go back to our left foot, and we're going to push the waves. You take the palms away and you push and come back. Push and come back. Now, you might as well start learning to rock on your feet for this sort of form. When you go back, the front toe comes up, and as you go forward, the back heel comes up. If you're safe doing that. If you're not, keep those feet flat. Push and back. The body sinks a little bit on each push and sinks a little bit on the drawback. A little motion in the knees there. Breathing. Tai Chi has a lot of this rocking motion. Let's switch and do the right foot. You finally get in Tai Chi where you just really enjoy this rocking motion because it becomes so relaxed, so meditative. Breathe. If the breath is challenging for you, don't overdo it. Take it easy. And what you're going to find over time is that you will be able to breathe for longer periods of time in a breath. It'll come. Comes with experience. Now, let's go back to the left foot. We're going to do that rocking again, but this time we're going to spread the arms like a dove and come in. Rock back on my front heel, rock forward on my back toe. The dove arms, dove wings grabs the air and pushes it as it flies on the current. Let's change feet to the right. If you were on your right, then just switch to your left. Soften the body. It's amazing how we allow tension in the muscles to creep in while we're moving like this. So every once in a while we have to just mentally think, oh, what's tight? Let's soften it. Now bring both feet back. You're going to bring the hands to the waist in soft fist with the palms up. You're going to take one hand forward and punch. Twist and come back. Twist, go out and punch. Twist and come back. Twist and push. Twist and come back. Twist and push. Breathing the whole time. Now, let's fly like a wild goose, another one of the animals. The arms come up to the side, and they lift up, and those wings come down, pushing air down. Up. A little softness in the knees as you float up and down. If you're capable of rising off the heels, that's an option. I can't do that because I suffer from peripheral neuropathy. So you might see me rising on one heel, not so far that I get off balance, and then rising on the other heel. Adapt however you need to adapt. Now you're going to bring both arms down. They're just going to dangle like a rag doll, and then you're going to circle. Spinning wheel or rotating the wheel. Doesn't matter which direction, because we will reverse it. Head doesn't go below heart. Let's go the other direction. Never stretching the arms, just taking them in that direction. Now, come back to center. We're going to bounce a ball. The hand kind of floats up and then floats down as you're bouncing the ball. Now start bringing the opposite knee up with it. Again, you can just raise the ankle, but the foot goes down before the arm does. The hand just kind of dawdles. Now, let's close off by pushing some energy down the chest. Spread the arms. Bring them up to basically your chest. Grab some energy in those palms and push it down. Pushing it down your spine, down the chest, down the spine, and then grabbing more energy. Also known as generic, just grabbing energy from the universe and returning it back to Mother Earth. Inhale. And exhale. Now, come standing or take a seat if you want to, and bring your hands to right there, basically around your belly, your navel, belly button, and just bring the hands together like you're holding a ball. You're holding an energy ball. And just find your nice, tall standing posture with soft knees and soft shoulders, and breathe. Just relax the body and breathe. This is called an energy ball meditation, and it's purely for exploring body sensations. Doesn't matter what you find, what you feel, it's the process of exploring. So just see what you can feel. Let's bring our awareness right there between our hands, there where the energy ball is. Maybe by bringing our awareness, we start to feel our palms. Maybe our palms are tingling. Maybe they're warm. Maybe you feel something moving by your palms, energy or air. Could be air flowing, or in my case, I'm feeling air flow by the back of my hand. Try separating the hands a little bit and bringing them back. We call this pulsing. You're stretching the energy and letting the energy pull you back. Soft hands, soft elbows. I breathe. I inhale as I open the hands and exhale as I close, coming back to soft knees and soft shoulders. Maybe you want to stretch the ball up and down. Maybe you rotate the ball. What do you feel? If you don't feel anything, that's perfect. That's what you feel. This is an exercise in what sensations you feel. It doesn't matter what you feel, just that you reach for it and become aware of it. My knees feel a little tired. I'm becoming aware of that. Now bring your left hand right there over your belly button. Bring your right hand, one palm on top of the other. Don't press hard, but press just a little bit of pressure there so that you know your hands are on your belly. Come back to the awareness of your breath and just breathe into that area slowly. Whatever slowly is for you, and gently, but keep it natural. Don't make it pressured. If you're comfortable closing your eyes and you don't have a balance issue doing that, feel free to close your eyes. Or feel free to keep your eyes open. Remember, it's all about what do you feel. Care to gently release your hands and come seated. You have water. You might want to take a sip at this point. I'm going to. Nice. Let me bring up our slides and we'll do a little housekeeping and then we'll see if we can chat at the end. Especially for you folks who are new with me today for Shibashi, let me give you some principles to follow by Shibashi. Principles are not rules. They're just things to learn and use in your practice. Make any adjustments you want to, but make whatever adjustments you need within your doctor's guidance and what you know your body is comfortable doing for each one of the exercises, but do your best not to give up halfway. Try to make it through all 18 exercises, even if you only do one repetition of each one. We will build over time. So don't worry about that. Don't worry that you might be doing too little. Do what you can and try to make it through all 18. If you can't make it through all 18, stop. You know, your needs are primary. Do try to maintain good posture. I use the word here, correct posture, but good posture means stand straight. Move the head with the torso. Don't lean into the movements. When the arm goes out and you reach, don't lean into that movement. Keep a nice straight torso. We're going to be talking more and more about the role of consciousness in breathing. I often just call it awareness or attention, but being aware of your breathing is a very primary principle in Tai Chi. It's also a primary principle in yoga. It's basically mindfulness. So you'll hear me kind of preaching about your breath awareness over and over. So please start noticing how your breath is a major factor in your movement in the practice and how your breath is leading the movement. If you bring your attention to the breath, it will be there to lead your movement. Notice that everything we're doing is relaxed. No stretching, no overreaching, no leaning in, removing tension from the neck, shoulder, knees, arms, thighs, whenever you notice it. Everything is about relaxed movement. and continual movement. We want to kind of flow through this and stay moving as continuously as possible. That's basic Tai Chi. Set yourself up with an appropriate environment. You don't have to have a perfect environment, but you want some space where you've got, 3 by 4 feet to move around. You don't need a lot. Maybe space where you can be here for the class uninterrupted. We all have life. It's all around us. You're going to notice my dog's wandering in and out. There's limits to how perfect the environment can be, but do what you can. And maybe if you do a practice at home in your Tai Chi, like for the beginners, if you're in that class, maybe some soft music there. I'm going to try to supply you soft music during Shibashi. Abdominal breathing. One lesson to learn in yoga and in Tai Chi is start allowing your breath to flow into your abdomen instead of your chest. We, as infants and babies, we breathe into our abdomen. Somewhere along the way, as we start growing, that changes and we start breathing into our chest. Serves us well our whole lives. But if you want to be able to take in more oxygen, if you want to be able to relax and fight stress better, your breath is a tool. And abdominal breathing or diaphragmatic breathing, it has multiple names, is a great tool into learning how to deal with stress better. And it really supports our Tai Chi Shibashi practice. There's 3 adjustments in Tai Chi, and that they don't mean modifications here. They just mean major factors in Shibashi, and that is your posture, that's your breathing, and it's your meditative mind. So over time, we start trying to bring those 3, as they call them, adjustments, but I call them factors, together. You move slower, you keep great posture, you have good breath, and you start being more of a calm mind. That's a Tai Chi principle in general too. Summary. Remember, Tai Chi is actually an enjoyable therapeutic movement practice promoting better health. Now, enjoyable is subjective. I hope you find it enjoyable. If not, we need to maybe get you into my other class and see if you find that more enjoyable, because I find in life I only practice things that I enjoy doing. So I hope that we can get Shibashi enjoyable for you so that you'll come back often, practice it often with us, because the more you practice it, the more benefit you get out of it. And I find that I can do things now because of my Tai Chi and yoga practice that I would not be able to do at my age if I hadn't been doing these practices. They really do work. And I have limits. I have peripheral neuropathy, and I find that these practices help me deal with it better. My balance would not be anywhere near as good as it is if I had not been doing Tai Chi for the last 8 or 10 years. It really does train your brain. Thank you for coming today. Really had a great group. I'm so impressed that so many of you showed up. That is wonderful. Just the fact that you took time out of your day to join me, I'm so pleased. We're here on the Get Set Up platform. So hopefully you're having good experiences with Get Set Up. So please share that on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and any of the others. If you would prefer someone else doing that for you, send your experience description to Liz, Liz at getsetup.io. Liz will take care of taking your information and putting it on our company blog that's on the website so that people can see what you're doing and what you're enjoying. Now, other classes, if you haven't already attended Qigong, please register for a class soon and try it. It's a great training in the therapeutic nature of Qigong. Everything you learn there is useful in Tai Chi because Tai Chi is built on top of Qigong. Tai Chi takes a series of Qigong exercises or practices, calls them forms, and links them together. Like we did today, we linked 18 of them together. Slow flow yoga is kind of similar because yoga is similar to Qigong. Yoga developed in India while Qigong was developing in China. And then in modern day, people have decided to slow it down and put it into a flowing sequence. So when you do slow flow yoga, that's somewhat related to Tai Chi. So give it a try. You might like it. For me, my next classes are Tai Chi for beginners. If you haven't been in that class, please come visit with me. You may want to take Tai Chi, Why It's Great for Seniors first, because that's sort of an intro. I'll talk to you about the history and give you some practice with some simple forms, and that'll prep you for starting to come to the beginner's class. And then you repeat beginner's class as often as you can. And of course, show up for Tai Chi Shibashi as often as you can. The more we do it, the better it works for us. And I love doing it with a group. I also teach Kundalini Yoga for chair or mat. So if you've never tried Kundalini Yoga, but a lot of people have never heard of it, please come give it a try. It's actually a therapeutic style of yoga based on a very ancient technology to strengthen our nervous system, massage our glands, massage our organs. Again, totally intent on making us be healthier. It's not about building muscle and going to the gym, though you'll find a side effect of Kundalini Yoga is you get stronger. It just happens. And my newest class is Sit and Get Fit, which I think the first one is tonight at 6 o'clock Eastern. So if you're, hopefully you'll come join me in that. It's going to be basically vigorous movement. We're going to try to make it a little bit aerobic, but nothing excessive, but you will stay moving for at least 30 minutes if you choose to. If it gets too much, you can always back off. It'll be chair based. And then I'll do another class Tuesday night, I think it's 6:30 Eastern, and that'll be the gentle one. That'll be the gentle chair fitness. And then tonight will be the more vigorous chair fitness. So try them both, see which one works the best for you, and then come back as often as you can. So hopefully I'll see you in that class soon. I'll be sending you some class notes today, as every guide does after a class. And but I'll send you a little summary of what we did today, a list of the forms. And then there'll also be a section that gives you some suggested classes that maybe you haven't tried yet. Click on one of them and give something new a try. It's really fun to just explore. Give feedback. This is the one that Get Set Up thrives on. So if you click that, you will get this little box pop up. And in this box, please rate the session 1 to 5 stars. And rate your guide 1 to 5 stars and add any comments appropriately. I'm your guide. The session was Tai Chi Shibashi. It doesn't take any effort at all to click the 5th star. And I love those 5 stars and I really appreciate them. But I also want your comments. If there's something that could be done better, please advise, because you're the one that gives us the ideas of how to improve. The same is for Get Up in general. This little box here is how can we improve Get Set Up in general? If there's something you see that could be done better, please tell us. And maybe there's something else you want to learn. The things you suggest are the things they pay attention, and enough people want the same thing, they will find a guide. Invite your friends. When you book a class, you just have to click this invite a friend button, and it'll walk you through emailing or texting your friend to let them know what you're doing. I only know about this because a friend told me about it, and I'm so appreciative of that friend. So when you share with people, they are going to appreciate you for sharing. Same thing with your phone. The mobile screen just looks a little differently. You'll invite a friend here on the smaller orange button. Just make sure you share. Now, the Get Set Up community is indeed a community, and it's a community that's growing. One moment, please. I'm going to get a sip of water. I'm drying out talking so much. Please suggest new classes, but also consider hosting an interest group. We all have interest. You know, maybe yours is gardening, auto mechanic. Maybe you fold paper airplanes. Whatever you have an interest in, consider leading a interest group on that subject, because you're going to be shocked how many people come and share the same interest, and you will learn from each other. You'll have fun. Usually there's some laughs. And if you're the host, all you do is start the class. You click the button, open the class, welcome people, and say, hi, we're here today to talk about raising geckos. or screening in porches, whatever the interest group is. And the conversation just starts. It doesn't take much to keep it going. But if you're curious, just attend an interest group and you'll see how it runs. Everyone I've attended has been just fantastic. I attended one on vegetarian cooking, and I keep bragging how many nice recipes I got. Share your organization. Are you related to an assisted care facility in any way, or a senior living facility? How about a government agency or a community organization? If you're associated with these and you would like us to try to partner with them, just send us the contact information. We want to find more partners. That's how we grow. And as we grow, we can offer more classes to each other. So just email help@getsetup.io and send the contact information, and we will reach out to that organization. And of course, a reminder that today's session is recorded. So all you have to do is email help@getsetup.io, and they will set you up with a copy of today's class. Then you can practice between sessions if you want to do that. That shouldn't stop you from coming back often, though. Let's see, what do we got in chat? I see Ken's been busy. I see some comments about the loudness. Hopefully that was accommodated. The music was toned down enough. I remember as a young teenager, the Beatles incorporated some of their style in their music, especially George Harrison. Well, thank you, Pam. She found the music relaxing. Pat said a lovely way to start a Sunday morning. I agree. I think Shibashi every morning is a great practice. Thank you, Madhu. Victoria, do I teach Qigong? Not on Get Set Up. We have a marvelous Qigong teacher named Ellen. So she's our teacher on Get Set Up. The closest I teach on Get Set Up would be Shibashi, which is kind of a merger of Qigong and Tai Chi. But thank you for asking. Thank you, Pat. Glad you enjoyed it. Thank you, Purnima. Glad you enjoyed. Gladys. Amazing how I can feel the energy in my hands when doing the ball. Thank you for saying that, Gladys, because lots of times when we first start a practice like that, a little exercise, you don't feel it at all. And then all of a sudden, sometime in the future, you start, wow, I've visualized it long enough. Now I'm starting to feel the tingling. It's amazing what our mind can reach and do. So I'm glad to hear that you're starting to notice the sensations. Thank you, Sherry. Kind words. You too, Twee. Michelle. Oh, hi, Michelle. Michelle's an old student of mine. She's been with me for quite some time. Hi, Victoria. Thank you. And then Ken made a statement. Great. Okay. Any questions or comments? We actually have a couple of minutes today. Yeah, we must have rushed through the class.
Yeah, I have a comment. Indeed, my comment was, it seemed like you rushed through the class today. Maybe it's just because I'm getting more used to it, but it seemed like that you did it faster. Am I wrong, or
no? I think you're right. I don't know how I did that, but I pretty much have a pace I follow, and today it seemed to go too fast.
Maybe not as many repeats or not as much instruction as you gave in your last Shibashi class.
I will be more conscious of trying to slow that down a little bit, because I'd rather do it slower. I'm actually not sure how I pace so quickly today, but I'm human. So, but yeah, I'll take that to heart, Robert. I agree. I think it did go too fast.
Because you have a lot of time left over for kibitzing.
Yeah. Hey, but that's not a bit. Every once in a while, that's kind of nice to have the time to chat. But I don't want to rush through. I keep preaching that it's a slow practice. I don't want to rush it. So,
I wonder if you could include in your link some recommended place where we can go to get some quiet Shibashi appropriate music.
Yeah, I can. Things that I'm not allowed to play here because of royalty. But yeah, I can send you to some links with some really good music.
I have some Beatles music, but I don't want to.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. But no, I probably won't have it in today's notes, but I'll start looking some up and get it in maybe the next notes, Robert. That great. Thank you for that suggestion. I hadn't even thought of that. But I can send out links to things that are not royalty free. I just can't play them in the class.
And I hope your class was recorded in speaker view, or so that you're spotlighted, rather than gallery view, as I commented on.
Yeah,
shows.
I did a little exploring with that, and it seems like if I don't spotlight on my computer, you guys don't get the recording with me spotlighted.
Oh, so you're the one who controls that.
Me or the TA has to spotlight me, and unfortunately, that means I don't get to see as many of you. So I'm looking at setting up a second computer and monitor and calling in as another learner, and putting all of you on my second monitor so I can actually see you and teach from the second monitor. So I'm working on that.
So this class is also going to be in gallery mode.
This class would be in spotlight mode for you, but I would see it as another learner in gallery.
But will today's class be recorded and as a spotlight?
Yeah, I was spotlighted all through the class today, so that recording should be. I tell you what, though, I'm making a couple of assumptions. So next class, tell me if you saw me in spotlight mode in the recording. I appreciate that.
Well, all the time I've seen you in spotlight, but
you have?
But when it's recorded, it seemed like you was recorded as the gallery with you being up in the corner.
Yeah, that's been the problem, because what's been happening in the past is I would spotlight, and then you would go, a user, a learner would see me in spotlight, but then locally, I changed my monitor to go to gallery. Mm-hmm. And therefore the recording was being made in gallery. That was the problem. So I've been having to leave my local computer in spotlight mode. And that way the recording would be in spotlight. There's my complication, because then I don't get to see as many of you. That's why I'm trying to set up a second monitor so I can see. I'll have it depicted both ways, recording in spotlight, viewing for me in gallery. So
yeah, just
a little more complex.
I should get the recording for today's class, or just wait until the next class.
Yeah, whenever you see it next, let me know if it appears correctly, because you've been giving me feedback for that already. I would appreciate you continuing. And
feedback is a nice word. I call it a complaint.
Well, now, Robert, I did not consider that a complaint.
No.
There can be complaints, but I considered that useful feedback, because I wasn't aware that it wasn't recording in Spotlight. I thought the technology was it just recorded in Spotlight, but I had never. I don't get the notes sent to me with the link saying, here's your you can see your recording. So I've never looked at it. So when you told me that, I started asking other people and coming up, wow, other people are seeing the same thing.
It's just that I would like to do it more frequently than your class teaching. You do it a couple of times a week. I would like to do it daily.
I agree. Put that in a request. I would love to do Shibashi daily. I really would. Except for my days off. Let me, I do take 2 days off a week, but yeah, I'd love to do practice. I'd love to do it every day, because I like to do it every day, and I'd love to do it with you guys instead of by myself.
Apparently Sunday's not your day off.
Sunday's not my day off. My days off are Wednesday and Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a reason for that. It fits better with home life.
Sure.
So, but thank you for the feedback. It's not a complaint. If it's a complaint, it starts off with profanity.
Oh. Hi. When you say spotlight, is that the full view?
Yes, when you see me as most of the screen.
Yeah.
Now, be aware now it's called spotlight when I set it, when I do it on my end to make sure you see me, it's called spotlighting. On your end, you can look at my picture anytime, go up to the 3 dots in the upper right-hand corner, click on the 3 dots and choose pin. So you can pin me on your side anytime, and you'll get the big picture.
I just use a full view. Okay. There's a gallery, there's a speaker view, and a full view. So I just tap on the full view.
Well, I will always try to spotlight so that when you go to full view, you see me big.
Yeah, I can see you better.
Yeah, I'm working on it. We're all kind of learning some of this together. There's so many options. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Zoom, but there's so many options that it kind of can get confusing. But they're all good stuff, but it's like, it doesn't mean you actually know how to intermix them and make it perfect. With that being said, we're running out of time. Anything else? Any more Robert style complaints? Which
Read
which
what
I
Verna
like.
wrote. Read your last chat.
Maybe a little more repeats will help. You know, Verna.
Normally you do.
No. Okay. If you guys haven't caught on, Judy is a let's say a close friend of mine, so she's a little bit more attacking of me. She's very aggressive with her advice. Yeah, I'm working on that, Verna. I'll try to maybe a few more repeats and stretch it out to a longer practice.
And normally you do. Normally you take us through a lot. Today, I didn't realize it until Robert said that's what the difference was.
Yeah, Robert woke you up, didn't he?
Yeah.
Thank you, Judy. I always appreciate your feedback. Judy's been with me quite some time, even before I came to get set up. So I could actually say I've known her since birth. She's my sister. So.
And he only admits it on here.
Only because I have to.
Yeah.
Otherwise I disown her. But I'm joking, of course. I'm gonna. Oh, hi, Terry. Terry's been with me before too, and so is Michelle. They were with me before I came to get set up. But the rest of you, I am so glad we can all get together at this time and practice. So hopefully see you again soon. We're running up. It's 11 o'clock. My TA's on overtime. See you guys soon. You have a great weekend.